Well, I'm joined at this hour by the women's hockey team coaches, Coach Sjoerd Marijne and Yannick Schopman. Thank you very, very much for joining us at this hour. And let me start by telling you that you've given us incredible joys, many, many memories from these games, from, finishing 12th in Tokyo, in Rio Olympic Games to finishing 4th in Tokyo. Sjoerd Marijne, let me ask you, tell me your first thoughts at the 4th place finish.
Yeah, of course you want to win a medal, and we are disappointed about that. That also says a lot about the team and about the support staff. We also have to be realistic. Now, we didn't win the medal. We want maybe something bigger, and it's inspiring the nation and young girls in India. And the girls don't realize that yet, but I think in a few days they will realize that what they did, that something is amazing, and what I said, really inspiring for a lot of people.
Sjoerd, I have to ask you about that tweet that you made after the girls reached the semi-finals, telling your family that you're not coming home just yet, and you became an overnight sensation here. Tell us, about that moment in the bus and the fact that you decided to do that tweet.
Yeah, listen, I don't tweet so much, and it was just something funny, and we were happy. And the family is always waiting when I'm coming home, and that's why I tweeted. And I didn't know, of course, I wouldn't know that it would be so big. And and at the end, of course, the great actor reacted, and I just made a joke, and he made a joke. So I think it was funny.
But does the girls know now, even though I know that they wouldn't be in the best of mood, but do they know the kind of impact they have created with this very credible 4th place finish?
No, I don't think they realize it, and this will take time because the disappointment is now so high. But slowly it will come. And the other thing is, in the tournament we have decided not to use social media for the girls. So they didn't saw anything, and I think when they're now opening up their phones, they will see it's exploded.
Mm-hmm. Yannick Schopman, let me come to you and ask you, you are a gold medal winning player. You've been with the team for some time now, worked very closely on preparing them for those tight finishes, for those moments when, any other team gives it away. Tell us, how far has this Indian team come in terms of mental toughness?
I think really far. I mean, it's really, really hard. And I think people might not realize, for us, the last official game they played before the Olympics was the Olympic qualifier that I coached the other team. And that's almost 2 years ago now. And for them to prepare in a training environment to be ready for first game, the Olympics, with incredible pressure is very difficult. But I've enjoyed the way they want to learn, the way they embrace information, the way they are keen to think about things and say, okay, let's try it and have a go. And I think this tournament, they've shown together that they play as a team and they fight together, that can make all the difference. And yeah, I think they showed incredible toughness today as well. We're 2-0 down, and you think, the medal is out of sight, and they fight back again, and that's the spirit of this team, and it's incredible to see.
Yannick, we do know that you are one of those in the team setup that girls go to for little chats to talk about things that affect them in the game, out of the game. Could you take us through some stories during this campaign?
I think what you have to realize is when you're in this environment, there's incredible pressure. And most of the time is the pressure you put on yourself as a player because you want to be good. And, it's just simple stuff that I've been there. I know what it is. And in the end, I just want to listen to them and listen to what they have to say. And I just want them to get it out of their system. And it can be anything, honestly. But we have so much honesty in the team. We had one player, for example, yesterday that said, look, if we get a PC defense again, I prefer not to play in that position. She trained the whole year, but she decided, look, I'm not doing it because I know someone else is better and I just don't feel comfortable. And people see that as weakness, but I see that as strength because it shows that you care for the team and you know what is the best decision there. And we wanted to create an environment, a staff, that people can be themselves and that they can say these things for the betterment of the team. So yeah, that's just a small example.
Sjoerd, your best moment in this campaign?
It's belief. It's belief that you can achieve anything you want as long as you work hard for it. I think that is the big thing. Not everybody believed in us when we said, listen, we want to go for a medal. Now we were pretty close, I would say. And I think that is the main thing, what I take away from this.
Mm-hmm. And where do the girls go from here? Paris, just 3 years away. It's not 4 years away. Do we see them, dreaming of a podium in Paris, because they have come very, very far in Tokyo?
Yeah, listen, higher up the ranking, and that's very good. That's good for their for the confidence. But now they need a break. There has been a long journey, and they really need a break of a few weeks, and then the new coach can start everything up.
Well, we don't know whether it's going to be the new coach or it's going to be Sjoerd Marijne there. In whoever takes on, perhaps it's going to be a great time for the team. But I'll also have to ask you about the Indian goalkeeper, Savita. She's been called the rock star goalkeeper and being hailed by many. Tell us about, a little bit about Savita and her mind space really. Today we saw after the match that she was inconsolable.
I think that is the best for Jan to answer, because she worked every minute with Savi.
Yannick,
I think, as a player, you want to be perfect. And there was one goal that she conceded at the end that she thinks she could have saved, and that's why she feels that she maybe disappointed the team, because she made a mistake. And I said to her, as I said to you now, she doesn't realize what she's done, because she saved the day for us. I think today she did what she had to do. That's why she's in goal, and she'll say, Jan, but that's just my job. I know it's your job, but she did really well. And like, Savi is one of the most professional athletes I've ever had the pleasure of working with. Mm-hmm. She wants to learn. She's very diligent. She does the work. She knew everything about GB, and I think it showed. And it also shows her true winning spirit, that she was inconsolable, because, in the end, she wants to win, and we didn't. So, yeah, that's just, unfortunately, how sport works.
Sjoerd, when this team was embarking on the Tokyo journey, every expert said that the best would be a quarterfinal finish. No one ever gave them a chance to reaching the 4th place. Did those talks affect you as a coach? Because, as a coach, probably you would still be training with a team and helping them to get to a podium.
Yeah, of course, but I don't see those comments, and I don't read, I don't watch them, because we are fully focused on the process with the girls, and that's the only thing we can do. We only are focusing on what we can control, and I think that is what we as staff and the team did in these last months. It's also dealing with disappointments, not going to Netherlands for a tour because of COVID, of course. So we had many challenges, and for us it was just stay in the present, and be focused on what you can control. So we worked on our own process.
Sjoerd, talking about challenges, you've been with the team through a year of COVID, practically 2 years of COVID, locked down in the Sports Authority of India Centre. Tell us, what really were the challenges of keeping this team together in a bio bubble for such a long time?
Yeah, the big struggle was, of course, first we were able to train, but after that it was also not allowed to train. Yeah, and then you want to have some activity, but everybody is alone on their room. So what you miss is contact with others. So we organized Zoom meetings, these kind of things. We had a physical program. We did something for the poor families. On that way, it all distracted their mind, and they were not so focused on being locked in their rooms. And what you're doing in these moments, Jan did a lot of mindfulness. Is like focusing on what do you have instead of what you don't have, and I think that worked with us. And the other thing is we made really small targets, small where we can work to. And yeah, if you say you have to be 3 months in lockdown, then everybody gets stressed. And that's why we every time did other sessions with the girls, just to distract them.
Yannick, Sjoerd spoke about mindfulness. That's something Rani Rampal also spoke to me about before they went to Tokyo, and you were perhaps the person who they looked up to for those sessions. Could you tell us what is that you help the girls inculcate?
I think what we learned, or what I've learned myself with mindfulness, and I try to tell the girls, it's okay how you feel. We always say that you can't feel pressure or nerves, or you want to make your mind saying to yourself, you're fine, but you're actually not fine. And for us to be saying, okay, like, it's fine, I'm nervous, I accept it, and because I'm aware, I can move on. And for us, that was the learning, to just say, look, maybe I don't feel confident, that's fine. Maybe I do feel tired, that's also fine. You can still run, you can still play with all those feelings and thoughts that are happening. So we try to make it super practical and just say, look, in the end, we just have to play out there on the field and give our best. But your mind can be a distraction. So we try to take that away, and we use mindfulness for that.
Sjoerd, I'll have to ask you last couple of questions. First, really is about the background of these players from the various corners of the country they come from. Often their languages are not the same. They speak different languages. They come from different cultures. How difficult was it to get them to the culture, to a certain team culture that you will be able to operate in, and they will also be comfortable with?
Yeah, that was a really hard one. Like, when I arrived in India, I only think that 2 or 3 girls spoke English, and they were a little bit. And so we pay attention. We really worked on the English. Now everybody speaks English, but of course, like Shami, who came in the team, she didn't spoke Hindi. The other players helped her, like Rani. And what we want to create is a culture of high performance. And in that culture, what I did is putting the bar very high. Though every time I want more and more of them. So I know sometimes they were thinking like, oh, come on, coach, always more. But that's the way I want to bring the team to newer heights. And when Jan arrived with the team, again, we could do this together. Jan brought in some new things. And again, we raised the bar. And that is the culture we have created in the team. And then the culture, finally, you want, what do you want in the team and what do you not want in the team? And that's where we have spoken many times about it. And I take in general, like, okay, one of the things we want in the team is always giving our best. And we never give up. Now, that is something in training sessions, we have trained this. We bring it over and over, and we keep pushing them. And today you see in the match, that really works, because that is the new culture of India. We never give up.
We never give up. Sjoerd, I'll have to ask you about a certain tweet that the Great Britain team did for the Indian women's hockey team, saying that they are the ones to look forward to in the future. It's quite amazing, the camaraderie there.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. Yeah, very nice of them. We have a lot of positive reactions, and that's what I said in the beginning. We didn't win the medal, but I think we won a lot more, and that's the hearts of the people of India. We inspire a lot of people. Many people are happy. I get so many messages, but also other. I have a lot of hockey friends all over the world. For Jan the same, and the only thing what I every time is here, like, oh, amazing, what the job you did with the girls, but more or less, what did the girls show? And for me, that last one is the most important thing. That they show the world what they are capable of, and then you get these kind of reactions. So that's really nice and very respectful of them.
And Sjoerd, one final question: your exchange, the exchange between the real coach and the real coach.
Yeah, that I just want to say once, it was a joke. It really was a joke. There's a lot of respect, and I think the movie The Chak De India is a great movie. I've watched it, and the girls have been inspired. And but I told the girls, listen, we are also in our own movie, and I think it's time for Chak De India second part. But No, it was just a joke, and it's nice how we reacted on us.
And you did play out Chak De India Part 2 in real life. This was the reality. Thank you very much for the memories and all the best. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.